Hey guys, today I'm filming my Hit It or Quit It thoughts on hauls number 75. If you guys have never seen one of these videos from me before, basically I'll be reviewing the products I hauled about a year ago to let you know my current thoughts on those products. I will have my playlist linked down below as well as the original videos, and I will list all of the items that I'm mentioning. And I actually posted 2 hauls this month. I posted my regular monthly haul as well as an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty haul. So I'm gonna try my best to review everything here today. There's a ton of stuff, so I'm going to be going quickly, and this is going to be a long video, but let's get into it. So we'll start with the things I got from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and this was like a really good sale. I got so many things that I've been wanting for a while. So first would be a couple of Ofra highlights. Ofra makes my favorite highlighter formula. I think they have so many amazing shades that work for so many skin tones, but their highlights are very pigmented, they're very metallic, and they're very smooth on the skin. And the 2 shades I got would be Cloud 9, which is a collab with Nikki Tutorials. This is like a very pale white with a pink flash. And then we have Star Island, which is a really pretty champagne-y color. The packaging is throwing off the lighting. I love these so much. They both work very well for my skin tone. This is a very wearable duochrome for me. I've tried some others that look a little crazy, but this one's really nice, so definitely happy to have those. Next, I purchased a full size of the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. I haven't opened this yet. I'm still using some deluxe sample sizes, but this is incredible. It does do a great job of removing all of your face and your eye makeup. If you get a little bit of this in your eye, there will be a bit of a film that you kind of have to blink out, but it doesn't burn the eyes, which is really impressive, and it really like breaks everything down. Love that product. Next was a free gift. This is a full size Lorac Diamond Luxe Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Silk, which is this really pretty coppery color. The shade is beautiful. I do not like these cream shadows because they're very sheer. They definitely need to be layered up. Because I have long nails, for cream shadows and pots, I do need to apply them with a brush, and these definitely need to be applied with your finger, but they're just way too sheer for me. But they don't crease or anything. I do think that they're long lasting, but I am not interested in a sheer cream shadow, so I would not recommend those. I've also tried another shade and it's just not for me. Next was a MAC lipstick in the shade Cream in Your Coffee. That was a really pretty like pinky brown color. Loved it on other people, but it looked very odd on me, so I ended up returning that. Then I had the Lime Crime Wet Cherry Lip Gloss in Naked Cherry. It was a really pretty color, but first off, I couldn't with the smell. I really hate cherry scents, so I was hoping I could get past it. I couldn't. Also, I took a picture, and I'm pretty sure I forgot to include it in the original video. I will post it here if I still have it on my phone, which I think I might. When I swatched the lip gloss, it's like it started to separate, but it had like, if you like pop a bubble, sometimes there'd be like a little bit of like an indent. That's what it looked like, a bunch of pop bubbles. It almost looked like freaking like octopus tentacle or something. It was very weird. It was not flattering looking on the skin because of the texture, so that was a no for many reasons. Then I had purchased 2 of the Dose of Colors eyeliners. New Flame was a really pretty red color. It was a bright red. I chose to return that one because I have similar liners from ColourPop, and then I had the shade Teddy, which is a really pretty like pinky brown color. It is so unique. This would actually be a really pretty lip liner. Probably darker than my preference, but I actually think that this looks really nice because it is so different for me, but it's really cool. This liner is a little bit on the drier side, which is good for the waterline. I don't think this would be good on the upper lash line, but for the waterline, I do find that this lasts pretty well, and it is pretty easy to apply, so I'm definitely happy to have this product. And again, that's a very unique color. Then I had purchased the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray in the Summer Solstice scent. I was just excited to get All Nighter for half off. I actually have not used it yet. It smells a little bit like the beach, but it's not super strong, thankfully, because I'm not super into like sunscreeny kind of scents, or those, like, you know what like beachy things smell like, but not overpowering. This is a really, really good setting spray. I do think it helps lock your makeup in place, so I do recommend that in general. Next is an Anastasia Bronzer. This is a shade Saddle. I think this is the second lightest shade in the range. I believe there are 5 or 6 colors. They're all incredibly pink or red tone, which is not flattering on my skin. Saddle is the one that has like more of a warm undertone, and I love the bronzer. This is very pigmented, it blends nicely, but this is very intense for my skin tone. This is something I really need to wear in the summer. I tried to wear it this fall and it was just a little much. I just have to go in with a very light hand and a little bit of product, but I do like this formula. I just wish the shades had different undertones, but the colors do go very deep, which is fantastic. So I don't regret having this. It's just not the most perfect shade for me. Then I tried the CoverFx Gripping Primer. It is something I returned. It's very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I think is great because it helps lock your makeup in place. But if you have very oily skin, you are still going to be oily, which is just like a little weird. I have tried other gripping primers and it's just not my favorite kind of thing because it like works, but then doesn't for my skin at the same time. But I really don't notice much of a difference between the Milk and the CoverFx. Then I tried the Copari Lip Glossy, the original one. It had a little bit more of a coconutty scent, which is Kopari's thing. I don't love that. It wasn't too overpowering to be annoying. It's very like greasy feeling, very thin. I didn't like the way it felt on my lips and I didn't find it to be very hydrating, so I returned it. Then I had purchased a Tarte Amazon Clay highlighter in the shade Exposed, which is a pretty champagne shade. It ended up looking a little bit too dark in my skin and it was very glitter packed, so it looked a little chunky on my face and it really accentuated the texture I have on my cheek, so that went back. It was just not flattering all around. Then I did buy 2 of the Tarte Amazon Clay blushes as well. I repurchased Exposed. I bought this years and years and years ago and mine was just dried out, so I did repurchase it. It's a beautiful mauve color that I like to wear in the winter time. And then the other blush I bought is Risque, which I didn't need them both, but I really wanted them, and this is a warmer shade. I'll show them side by side. So this is cooler, this is warmer. This one's a little plummier. You don't necessarily need them both. I do really like these. I think that they are pigmented enough. You do need more of a dense blush brush, at least I do. They look very beautiful in the skin. I would say do not swatch these because like the oils in your finger tend to like dry out the product. So I never swatch them, but they apply very nicely to the cheeks. Then I purchased the e.l.f. lip color remover. I had run out of the one that I was using. I love this. This is only $3 or $4. It does such a great job of breaking down liquid lipsticks. Other makeup removers don't do that good of a job. Wipes are pretty good. It depends on the brand that I'm using, but this is the best. I'll put a little bit on my finger, massage it, and then take a little piece of toilet paper, wipe it right off. It also has a nice mint scent. So this is a staple, I think, for people that wear liquid lipsticks. Very good, very inexpensive. Then I had purchased the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye foundation in the shade Fair. Now I had gone back and forth with this one for a while, but whether I wanted to keep it or return it, I did end up returning it. It looked beautiful when applied. It did give really nice, solid medium coverage. It had a natural finish, but it just broke down too much on my oily skin for me to make it work. However, in the most recent Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, I did buy the new matte oil-free version of it. I like it so much better. It's so good, and I actually like it a lot more than the IT Cosmetics Matte CC Cream. So I'm going to give you like more thoughts in a video coming soon, but it's a great product. If you have more of a dry normal skin type, I think you'd love it. If you're more oily like me, the matte version might be for you, but I really like the texture and the coverage of that foundation. Next would be some Kylie lip products. So I had purchased a matte lip kit in Koko, which is a pretty pink nude. I loved the color, but I just couldn't do it with the matte lip. It was just too drying for me. I did also pick up 2 shades of the Velvet lip kit. So they do, I forgot, I have the lip liners as well. I didn't bring them out, but I do have the 2 liquid lipsticks. These colors are pretty similar. So the first one is in the shade Bear, which is a pretty peachy pink. Then the other color is Candy K, which is a little pinker in comparison, I think, but Koko is even more pink. This one's a little bit darker than Bear too. I definitely didn't need them both, and I'm not mad that I have them both. This is a really awesome formula. Fully opaque. This is a velvet finish, so it's like the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip. It does set, but not completely. It is transfer resistant, but not transfer proof. I find them very, very comfortable. I would love for her to continue to come out with more shades. She has a great nude selection, but I would love to see some other colors in this range. The only thing I don't like about these, as well as all Kylie lip products, is that they have a cherry scent. It's not too strong in these, but I have tried her lip gloss and her bullet lipsticks. The smell is just too much for me. I hate cherry. So if you're like me and also hate cherry, you might want to pass on them, but it's not too bad in these, and I really, really enjoy the formula. So I am happy to have those. Then I had purchased the Mara Badescu Mint Lip Balm, and this is like a liquid lip balm. It was okay. I liked the mint part about it. I feel like it was not too thin or too thick, but as it wore off, it was a little bit sticky, and I didn't find it to be incredibly hydrating. My Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, I think, is more hydrating. I prefer something like the EOS Smooth Sticks for every day, so it went back. It wasn't even very expensive, but I just knew it would take me forever to get through it, and I wasn't loving it. And as you can tell, I bought a lot during this sale, so if I wasn't in love, I was sending things back. Then I purchased two Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. One was a repurchase. This is Truffle. This was one of the first liquid lipsticks that I tried, and I really fell in love with it. It's a beautiful peachy nude color. There's Truffle. I love it. Dose of Colors. First off, I do not like their new packaging. Have you seen it? They changed the font. Now it's black, and I'm like, you really want me to buy new shades and the packaging doesn't match? Why would you do that? I don't like it at all. I like the old packaging way better, but I love it. It's super cute. Dose of Colors has my favorite formula. It is a completely dry down liquid lipstick. It can be a little bit drying like the longer that you wear it, but I don't find it to be terrible. I love the applicator. It makes it easy to apply. They have so many awesome shades. They have a ton of nudes. They have a few brights, but they also have some really beautiful deep shades. I really want Mood. I was really hoping they'd be included in this fall 21 Days of Beauty, and they were not, which is a shame. They were not included in either of the 21 Days of Beauty this year, which is weird because they're included almost every year. So I was really disappointed by that because I wanted to get that one last shade that I want in my collection, and then I'd be set. And now I'm like, Lord, I would be fine going to the store and trying to find a box that has the old packaging in it, because I don't like the new. And especially I'm gonna have one with the new packaging. I don't want that. But anyway, love this color, love this formula, definitely recommend it. The other shade I purchased was Cork, which is a warm tone brown. This looks so beautiful on people, and I wanted it to work for me. It looked insane. It did look like poop. It was not flattering. And my lips are uneven. My smile is uneven, and when I'm wearing dark lip colors, you can really notice it. And I also feel like I'm being messier when I apply them, and it just was not working for me, unfortunately. Then I had repurchased the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade number 1. I can get away with wearing shade 1 or 2. It's basically like one's more cool tone, one's more warm tone. 2 is a little bit darker than shade number 1, but they both work really well for me. This is my favorite micro style pencil. I like to pair this with the Goof Proof to fill in my brows completely, but this is perfect to underline, fill in the tail, draw on the front. Then I'll use the Goof Proof for the center. But I have got several of these in my collection right now, which is awesome. And luckily, Ulta during the 21 Days of Beauty usually includes one of the Benefit brow products each time. So I'm just going to continue purchasing those for a while. I know that even half off is $12. That's more than the next one, but I like this more and I'm okay paying that extra. So I do recommend it. There are drugstore alternatives, but I really love it. Then we're almost done. I'm so proud. We're almost done with the 21 Days of Beauty part. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, which is my perfect shade. I used to wear fair and it was too pale for me. This one is great. Very brightening without looking crazy. This is still my favorite under eye concealer because it doesn't crease very much. Still creases a little bit, but everything does on me. Doesn't crease very much, very brightening, great coverage, easy to blend out, lasts all day on my oily skin. So I do love this. One tube lasts me a long time. Then I had a couple freebies, one of them being the Philosophy Purity Cleanser. I've never used this to remove makeup or to wash brushes like some people do. I've only used it as a face wash. I love it. It's very gentle. I love the scent. I don't think I would buy it again because I have some other things, especially like cleansers for acne, that I think are better for my skin, but I always hold on to little minis when I get them. It's a great product, definitely recommend it. And the other freebie was the Kate Somerville Exfolikate treatment. Really nice chemical exfoliant, so you don't need to also physically exfoliate. I've explained before that I made that mistake and like burned my face. It's a good product. Not obsessed. There are other scrubs that I prefer, but it is a good one and I will use them up when I get them. Those are all my thoughts from the things from the 21 Days of Beauty haul. Now we're getting into the regular monthly haul. There were a few things I purchased from Ulta, and one of them was the Morphe Jeffree Star Sponge Trio. So the sponge has like a point on the bottom, and then it actually is like this and comes to a point on the top. Is that correct? I feel like I'm having a hard time remembering what it looked like. I did like the sponge. I felt like the shape of it helped me like pack on more. It gave more coverage. However, I didn't feel like it maybe rinsed as clean, or if you've ever used some soap where it feels like there's like a soapy residue, I felt like the sponge always kind of felt like that. So I liked the shape, I liked the sponge, but I prefer the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, both for the shape and the texture of the sponge. I've used some of the mini ones to set under my eyes. I think the Real Techniques Miracle Mini Eraser Sponges are better than the mini Jeffree Star and Morphe ones, so I wouldn't repurchase. Then I had gotten some more of those Flossy and Kate Somerville free gifts, which I already reviewed. Then I got some things from Sephora. The first was the Too Faced Natural Lust palette. It was very pretty, but it was still very expensive because there were a lot of shades in it, and the formula was not amazing. Some shades were good, other ones were just duds. There were a lot of very similar shades and there were just a few standouts. It didn't feel worth it to me for the formula, so I returned it. I did get a free gift with a coupon code with that purchase, and it was a Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Blush in Mauve Sunrise. I love this formula. I also have the coral and the nude shade. This is very buildable. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's so easy to apply with a brush, even over top of face powder, which is perfect for me because I do have very oily skin and I have to powder my face. Love these. I want to buy this one in a full size, even though I'm not hit pan or anything. It's just more convenient to use a full size, and I want to buy the pink shade as well. I'm very happy there's only 4 of them because love this. This is my favorite cream blush formula ever because it's cream to powder. So it really works with a lot of skin types and it looks beautiful on the skin. Next are some things from TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So I had gotten this Stila Glitter and Glow All Fired Up set. It has 3 colors. Follow the Sun, which is like a white gold. Sunset Fire is a golden, like a yellow orangey gold. And then we've got Burnished Sienna, which is more of a coppery color. Very, very pretty. I am decluttering Follow the Sun because this one is a little bit more on the sheer side. I don't want mine to be sheer. I want them to be opaque. The other 2 are very opaque and they have a lot of glitter in them. I've told you guys I'm kind of over liquid shadows. I'm not going to buy any more of them, but I'm going to keep them till they dry out, especially my Stila ones. I do think Stila does it best, but Pixi also has a really incredible formula. So these are good products. I don't regret buying them, but I definitely didn't need them in my collection. Then I have the Laura Geller Beach Matte Baked Hydrating Bronzer in Siesta Medium. A lot of people really love this. For some reason, I felt like it didn't really show up on my skin to be anything special. So I did just recently declutter this to a friend. Then I had a Anastasia Single Shadow in the shade Wine. I believe I had gotten this for like $2, which is awesome. This is what the shade looks like. It's a pretty copper color. Yes, I have a million coppers, but I love the Anastasia eyeshadow formula. Her shimmers and her mattes, I do think, are very pigmented. They blend nicely. So I don't even know if I've used this one on my eyes yet, but for $2, I'm okay with that. I know. Then I had purchased a Lime Crime Velveteen Liquid Lipstick in the shade Trinity, which was a purpley pink light shade. It was a pretty color. I have similar things. I did decide to declutter it to a friend. I do think that Lime Crime has a nice formula. Very, very liquidy. It is a completely dry down matte finish, and it can be a little bit drying. Not bad, but not my favorite finish either. They have a lot of pretty shades, but I did declutter all of them from my collection. I'm gonna pass them on to friends just because I prefer those of colors, color and formula wise, but they are good products. Then I had purchased, I think, a backup of the Urban Decay Afterglow Highlight in Sin. Love this. It's a beautiful champagne shade. Looks, I mean, it has a beautiful glow to the skin, but it doesn't look crazy blinding. I do think it's very wearable, but it's not like a natural glow. You got some sheen on your cheeks. Such a good formula and color. So bummed that these were discontinued. Then I had another repurchase, which is in my backup drawer. This is the main one I'm using right now. This is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Eyeliner in the shade Striking Copper. So amazing. It's on my lower lash line today. Very, I'll swatch. Very pigmented. It's beautiful. It's metallic. It's so smooth. And this does a nice job of staying in place. Or I feel like it fades without running like most other liners do, and the color is so brightening and beautiful. I tried Urban Decay's Lucky, and that one has more of like a brown base to it, and it's not as flattering as this one. So disappointed that these were discontinued because the formula is great and I love that shade, but I'm happy I was able to get a backup of it. I bought that from eBay. Then I had purchased this Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. So I was able to get this for free and I just had to pay shipping. You just had to take this little quiz thing and it matched me to shade number 2. I should have retaken the quiz to get shade number 1 because this is unfortunately too dark for me, but I do have the white ColourPop concealer, so I'm able to mix it. The whole like pencil packaging I think is cute. And the doe foot applicator is a good size. It's not as big as the Shape Tape, but it is bigger than like a standard lip gloss wand or doe foot wand. And it has a little bit of a well in the center that holds extra product. This is a really nice like medium full coverage concealer, but it definitely creases on me, and it does crease more than Tarte Shape Tape. I like this. I'm very happy I got it for the price I did. I won't repurchase this because I do think Tarte Shape Tape is better. Then I got something from a Pinch Me box. It was the number 7 Lift Illuminate Concealer in the shade Fair. Color was too dark for me. Number 7 does not have a very wide shade range and their undertones are very pink. But this one was like more of like a beigey concealer, and I loved the formula of this. It did give more medium coverage, but it was very glowy. It looked very natural. And yes, I set with a lot of powder, so you're like, what's the point? And I agree, what's the point? I'm not gonna repurchase it. But it was really good. So I think if you're wanting something that looks more natural, gives like medium coverage, maybe like light buildable to medium, and you have more of a dry skin type or at least dry under eyes, or you don't set with a ton of powder, I'd recommend it. I do think it's good. I think just with the way I do my makeup, I'm not getting the most benefits from it. Then I had my Sephora Play. Oh, this was my September 2019 haul, so a month behind, that's okay. So I had gotten the Viktor & Rolf Magic Sage Spell Perfume. Disgusting. I hate the smell of this. I do not like any Viktor & Rolf perfumes. I think they're all way too strong. More of like a home fragrance to me. I would not put them on my body. So this one didn't work for me either. Then I had the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I don't know if it's just me, but this dries my hair out. It is not conditioning whatsoever. My L'Oreal conditioner does way better than that. People swear by it, but like I do not like it. I always pass it on. It does not work for me, but it works for a lot of other people. But you don't need to spend that much on a conditioner. You do not. Then I had the Belif True Cream Moisturizing Balm. This is amazing. This is my favorite nighttime moisturizer. I love the Belif moisturizers. I think they're incredible. My holy grails, and I'm always able to get several uses out of these little mini jars, so I was always so excited to get them as a freebie. Then I had a mini Benefit Gimme Brow Gel in the shade 4.5 Neutral Deep Brown. I was very disappointed to get this color because my Sephora play, like I did completely fill out my profile that said I was blonde, but my sister, who never made a profile, got the shade number 2, so we swapped. That color is a bit dark for her. She usually wears 3, but she does have very dark brown hair, so she can make it work. Love the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel. I have a couple tubes of it as well, but it is something I will repurchase in the future. Again, luckily, that is something that is often part of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, so I can get it on sale, but I think it does a great job of accentuating the brow hairs, giving some color, giving a little bit of hold. It's not major hold, but also my brows don't need major hold, so love it. Then I had gotten the First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. I think this is fine. The texture is good because it's easy to apply all over your face. It's not one of those thick, sticky matte primers that you have to apply certain ways or it'll make your makeup look crazy. So I appreciate that it's easy to apply, but I don't find it to be the most mattifying. But it's really hard for me to be able to have both. Like the CoverFx mattifying primer, I like it. Is it that mattifying? Not really, but I've gotten used to it. And I think the fact that I tend to use matte primers, powders, and setting sprays, something's working. At least the combination is. So I like it. I won't buy it in the full size though, but I have so many primers I don't need to buy any full sizes of anything anytime soon. And the last thing was the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. And I did not like this whatsoever. The brush is just okay. And I felt like it did nothing but for my lashes except make them look black. But it's, you know, totally personal preference with mascara. My friend Jean actually loves it. I don't like it at all, but I'm sure you guys have heard this before. A lot of times minis and full-size mascaras perform very differently. I don't know why, but I feel like it's something I've heard from a ton of people, and I've never tried a full size, but I'm too scared to. And usually the minis are better than the full size. So if it's the opposite, that would be definitely something new to me, but just no. I have other mascaras that I like way more than that one. It just didn't do enough for me. So guys, I reviewed all those things in about 30 minutes. So I know that might be a long video, but it's definitely my typical length of video. And I threw a lot of stuff, so I'm feeling very proud of myself. And I would love to know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.